Okay, so good morning everybody, and once again welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 40. Okay, so till yesterday we discussed, along with that one day before, a lot of things has been discussed now, and we are now reaching to the next step of the change management. In today's discussion, we are mainly going to be discuss two things possibly. I just log in now in my instance. Okay. The first thing is change approval policy. Okay, we'll come here. Discuss this part. Let's come back here and let's raise a change. Okay, create new. Let's say normal. Okay, and let's say okay. Okay, service is this, priority this. We will do LNG demo. Okay, and let's copy and paste it everything here. This let's say schedule is from today. I'll put 7 o'clock to by 15th this, and now I click on the save. There is a number one step which we do. Second, we will do the risk assessment now. A proper risk assessment we will do on this particular change, so that my change should be go high, because I want to go take it to the next level now. Risk assessment. Let's say 10. Critical yes, complex yes. How difficult is breakout? Complex. Redundancy plan no, and now difficult is yes, and submit. This is step number 2 we have to be do. So now our risk is high, impact is high. If you want to make priority high, you can make it up to you. Maybe I can say priority high, and I can select all any service offering we have. Okay, leave it not important, and click on the save. This is a step which a requester need to be do. Whenever he or she raising a change, up to this he need to be do, like filling the required fields, doing the risk assessment. Sometimes risk assessment done by the change coordinator. Sometimes the risk assessment done by the requester itself. Now if you scroll down and let's see the conflicts. Okay, okay, no problem, that's fine. And this and this. Now the thing is that I'm okay, I'm ready with this everything now. Let me assign this change to someone. अरे इसमें तो कोई है ही नहीं, ठीक है, let's change this first to change team. कोई तो हो कम से कम. Okay, change manager and save. Now you are a requester. You created the complete change. You raise the change with all the required information, and now you want this change should go for the next level of the approval. Okay, to do this part, you will click on the request approval button. This is a UI action. If you click on this, it will go in the background. It will pick up these things about the group and other things and populate the assigned to for us. Sorry, assigned, I'm saying approval for us. This. Now the question comes from where this thing has been triggered. This thing trigger mainly change is the one important module which use the flow or the workflow very well. Means every time they use it, without workflow or the flow changes nothing. So you can click on the show workflow here so that we can see that where we are. So now we are on this particular part. It is saying I am on the technical approvals. So this is nothing but this is a workflow which we already discussed. So if you want to see why workflow, because we are using a change from the native. If you raise a same change from the model, then it will be a flow. So now let's go and open this workflow editor. New window. And what is the name? Change request normal. Let me show you. Change request normal. ये वाला. ठीक है. This is the workflow. How this workflow is working? This one. A very lengthy one. So it is from here. Begin. Moving change move to assess. हमारा change move हो गया assess पर. Right? If you see here on the top, we are in the assess phase. Assess state. From here, it will asking for the approval action. Core activities है approval action. Always. जब भी change raise होगा ये हमेशा पूछेगा कि मुझे approval चाहिए. Assess तो चाहिए ही चाहिए आपको. Because this is a normal change, so it will require assess. So now if I go back here and let's say let's say change emergency. See, it go to authorize. Normal change always go to assess first and emergency change always go to authorize. अब assess में जाना किसके पास है? It's requested yes. हमने assess में request कर दिया. ये रहा requested. लेकिन ये नाम कैसे आएगा? How this name is coming? For that it says go to the approval policies. Change approval policies. If you open this, see, it says go to the change approval policies. Now let's come back here and search for the change approval policies here. Another window. क्या नाम है approval policy का? Normal change policy. Normal change policies. This one. Open it. This policy will decide that to whom I have to be sent the approval. This policy says it has to create a new policy. You need to be fix this name, execution, when to run. When all the condition met. जब इसकी सारी condition met हो जाए, मतलब कि all the required information is there, everything is met, then you have to be run it, or maybe first to be met. मतलब यहाँ पर जो background में जो पीछे चल रहा है इसके ये वाला. Once the condition met, then I come here. This says number one, this policy will be run on the change request. जो current change है उसके ऊपर ही चलेगी. ठीक है. Manager approved, true and false. I literally did not get this point again. I'm very upfront on this part, that what is the logic of this thing, how it is be checking this particular part. But I saw that it is be required. So like if I open the change approval policy for the emergency as well. See, यहाँ पर नहीं है वो, पता नहीं ये क्या fundamental है इसका कि what is the basic difference between these two. But normal they have manager approved, and if you open this, it is showing nothing, but it says that I am taking this current change number as a reference as per the. Open it. देखो सिर्फ इतना ही है. किस पे रन करना? चेंज रिक्वेस्ट पे रन करना, टेबल पे. ओके फाइन, नथिंग एल्स दे आर गिविंग टू अस. सी ठीक, बट ओहो, let me open that again. Normal one. Yeah. But what to do here? I have literally no idea that how or what, where it says be checking. It's just saying true and false, manager approved. That's all. But I'm not sure that why it's be working and how it's be working in this particular part. So after this, we come on the decision. This is important point for us. It has a three things. देखो सबसे पहले कहाँ जा रहा है? If you see here, let me close this. देखो क्या कर रहा है? Technical approvals. It means go in the change approval policy and see about the technical approval. This condition, this is a decision. When this will be triggered, it says if change in the when the change in the assess state. ये तो हो गई कंडीशन कि किस पे रन होगा, लेकिन किसको जाएगा, ये है मेरा अप्रूवल डेफिनेशन. कैसे आएगा ये यहां से आता है डेफिनेशन. अप्रूवल डेफिनेशंस आर लाइक माय आंसर्स. तो यहां पे मैंने डिफाइन किया असाइनमेंट ग्रुप. देखो असाइनमेंट ग्रुप अप्रूवल. इसमें मैंने क्या किया? मैंने कहा व्हाट इज दिस मींस. इफ लेट्स से आई वांट this change should be first approved by the CI, by the CI support group or the change group. Then what we have to do? We have to go and create a new approval definition. And here we can add कि आपको group approval चाहिए, आपको approve करना, reject करना है, या new user add करना है, group approval चाहिए. मुझे एक नया ग्रुप अप्रूवल चाहिए. किस पर? चेंज पे. या तो आप अप्रूवल डेफिनेशन खुद बना लो कि भैया यहाँ पे हार्ड कोड कर दिया आपने ग्रुप कि हर बार इसे को जाने चाहिए. नहीं नहीं नहीं, मुझे तो चेंज पे चाहिए. देन यू हैव टू बी सेट द चेंज रिक्वेस्ट. चेंज रिक्वेस्ट के किस फील्ड पे जाना है आपको? असाइनमेंट ग्रुप. अतुल बट अभी तो आपने बोला दैट कैन वी कैन गेट अप्रूवल फ्रॉम द सीआई. यस, चेंज पर सीआई है. यस, वी हैव सीआई. वेयर इज द सीआई? क्लिक ऑन दिस. इस सीआई में we have a assignment group or the change group. Yes, ये देखो ये. If I select this, now this change will go always to the CI का approval, CI change group approval, and wait for. आपको सारे responses चाहिए, आपको first response पे काम चलेगा, या फिर इतने users का minimum approval चाहिए. Like you want to buy something, you put a proposal in your family, your mother, your father, your brother and sister is there. So do you need for everybody approval? जब तक सारे हाँ नहीं करेंगे तब तक नहीं लेना. और if someone or maybe anybody from the house say yes, you can proceed further. This is again a business decision that what they want. So I'm saying it should be first response and click on the save. So this is what it's coming. Now if I go here, because we already triggered the workflow, so we cannot change it now. We cannot change it now. That is the number first point. Second point, if at this stage this change get rejected, क्या होगा उस केस में? If this change get rejected, then the change will move to the new state. Not cancel. Change cancel नहीं होता. See, you want to purchase a bike. You put a proposal in your family in the dinner time. Your father say rejected. No, अभी नहीं लेना. It doesn't mean that he's saying that this is no longer valid or this is not a required change. He rejected because he said no, we don't have a budget now. Let's wait for some more time. But इसको हम करेंगे. अभी नहीं है, but अभी नहीं. Yeah, or he needs some more information from you. Okay, let me know that can we go for the installment methods? Can we pick up something on this particular day, on this particular month as well, kind of things. So a change get rejected when there is a more information required by the approver in the change. Same example, like your husband says, hey, Mahima, we're going to India. Start packing your bags. Will you approve this change? Never. You will say, no, 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 no. Tell me why, when, with whom, when will you return? What about the studies? What about the school? What about the offices? What about the work? What about the holidays? This thing. So you try to get the as much as information, because you know that if you say yes, tomorrow your husband will say, no, no, you also say no, yes, na, that we are going to India. So if in this case, let me say reject it. If I reject it, this, oh, if this change get rejected, ठीक है, ये था ना, देखो. If this change get rejected, did you see? It's coming on the new state again. Cancel नहीं हुआ. It is not get cancelled. It is only get moved to the new state. There's a number one part. Now let's say you make a changes in the change and you edit some more thing like this, and now again you're okay to request it. Now you come and see rejected. If you are rejecting from here, you are not putting the comments for the rejection. Now I'll go and take you the next part. Click on the request approval. Again, update किया. I've done all the updates and I'm sending the change to the next level now. अरे यार, ये ना, it's like a bug something. Practically, if I say it's kind of a bug. It should go to the assess state again, but it is bypassing everything and going to the this thing schedule. It is actually a bug. Sometime it happens. Not sure that why and how. It's very practical scenarios I already face. So now what we'll do to complete our life cycle, we'll go and copy this change. ठीक है, everything is there now. Copy है. हाँ, we'll just put the. अच्छा ये नहीं है. ठीक है. ठीक है. And that is the reason I generally avoid to show this rejection in my change. Let's say from tomorrow until 16th and save, and I will do the calculate risk. Risk assessment and critical, complex, no, difficult, and I click on this submit. Okay, and click on the request approval. So now this change is again I'm sending. I did a new change just to complete the life cycle. अरे फिर schedule में चला गया ये. Why? What's the problem here? Risk भी high है. Come on, leave it. I'll create a new change. Do we have something here? Change group is fine. Let me change this to the revert only assignment group, ताकि इसको प्रॉब्लम ना हो किसी भी केस में. ठीक है. Let's get a new change quickly. Let's put high LNG. I literally hate this thing when unnecessary these things happen, and also the problem is that these things are very tough to be evaluated. कि कहाँ problem आ रहा है. It's too tricky sometime in between the workflows or the flows or the logics. And we face this scenario practically as well in one of our customers. Some user says when I reject it, it go in the assess state. Someone said, no, it's going to the schedule state, and you have nothing to be do, nothing to be say that why this happening. Okay, and now I'll do the risk assessment. critical complex. Difficult submit. Okay. Now this change again, we're repeating the same thing, only nothing new has been done now in the new. And now I click on the request. इसको हटा देते हैं, easy रहेगा क्योंकि फिर मैं इसको assign कर पाऊंगा. Change. You can click on the request approval. See, now it's in the assess state. Okay. Now this is in the assess state. Going here, a approver can approve or reject a change from here as well. My approvals. यहाँ से भी वो कर सकता है. Click here. This is another module, and you can see. Let me click on all. In this section, a user will see everything which is pending for his or her approval. It can be knowledge article, it can be request, it can be change. So like you can see here, right? These many changes. So let's say I was giving an example of this. If I want to reject this change. So if any user come here and want to be rejected, go here and click on the reject, or click on the reject here as well. Now my comments are mandatory. But if you are rejecting from here, comments are not mandatory. That's the number one part. Second part, a approver can approve a change over the email as well. ServiceNow send the email notifications, and over the email, if the user write approved, then it will be considered, or it will be on the email he write approve, reply back and send to the ServiceNow. ServiceNow will see the chain number and the water ID, watermark, and then update that particular approval as approved. Third option, a user can approve a change from the portal as well, from here, service portal as well. Because I'm not an approver now, so now to whom it's going to the change manager, right? If I come to this part, let me show you. Let impersonate as a change manager. Impersonate, and now come back to this, refresh this. So I'm logging in the change, and now you कहाँ गया इसका approval का कहाँ गया? अरे, why it's not getting any approval tab here? Come on, this user don't have approval rights. रुको, let me and impersonation, and let's see why he's not able to approve. इसका वो profile check करते हैं quickly. These are the common challenges. So don't think that we're just doing R&D. These are the common challenges. कि approval नहीं दिख रहा उसको. Manager. See what role he or she has. IT role तो है. Let me give the approval role as well. ये ना approval admin, approve user, दोनों देते हैं इसको. Save, and now let's impersonate again. Change manager, this, and now reload this page. Hope so. Now you can see approval. So a user can go here and see all the approvals pending for his or her name. And from here as well, a user can approve or reject. Okay, and I click on the, let's say I put happy, click send, and I click on the approve. This change has been approved by this user. Now we'll go back to the change now. तो था ही नहीं. Now the first thing has been done, that this approval is coming because we have this technical approval in our this part. नाउ अब ये तो अप्रूव हो गया, लेट्स गो बैक, ठीक है। नाउ द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, लो रिस्क मैनेजर अप्रूवल, चेंज इज इन द ऑथराइज स्टेट एंड रिस्क इज लो, तो किसके पास जाएगा? देन अगेन इट गो टू द असाइनमेंट ग्रुप मैनेजर अप्रूवल, कि इस ग्रुप का जो, लेट मी ओपन दिस, अरे फिर शेड्यूल में चला गया यार ये, व्हाट्स बी हैपनिंग, risk is high, not even low. Come on, yeah, that's wrong. And why it skip the cab? See, moderate risk is high or moderate, yes. Why it's bypassing it? Same problem we are getting it. Something's definitely something wrong in my this thing only. So practically now what should happen, that it will go here and says a technical approval हो गए, yes, technical approval done, rejection हुआ, then send back to this. If approved, then see is the changes on hold, नहीं hold पे नहीं है, then move to the authorized state, set the authorized. I'm not sure that why it is not working for us, this one. It should work, it should work actually. Let me pick up any change which has this thing. Change, open, and let me see, filter out this normal change in authorized, this one. Let's pick up this example. Okay. Now this change in the authorize, and if you scroll down you can see, अरे इसमें अप्रूवल जनरेट नहीं हुआ यार, हाथ हो गई, इसका मतलब it means, I tell you now, it means something wrong with my workflow only. I did some R&D in between, and that is it's not working properly. Let me see any other change which has this option. Filter out, authorize. Let me this change. Let's see any other changes there with the authorize. See, approvals are showing in the authorize, waiting approval, but approvals are not getting generated. This at least एक तो दिखे. हाँ ये देखो ये, this is the right example. So now in this case, the change is in the authorized state, and changes go to the CAB approval. Let me show you the workflow for this one. So we are at this point. It evaluate, it is on hold, no, then move to the authorize and trigger the CAB approval. How this group is getting populated here? ये वाला. Let me show you this. CAB approval के लिए कहाँ जाना पड़ेगा? Let me show you this. ये रहा. Set authorize. अरे कहाँ गया? Set authorize. Technical on hold, authorize. See यहाँ पर कुछ change हुआ definitely. Otherwise हाँ यहीं पे something definitely I made some changes. Sorry, Hema, definitely I made some changes. Practically yeah. After authorize it should go this, or with flow it is using change request normal this, maybe it's already triggered so it's showing like this. Okay, so now what it do, it will go back to the approval definition. कहाँ गए मेरे approval definitions? यहाँ पर. और मैंने क्या बोला इसको, go to the CAB approval. Now CAB approval is a fixed one. So what it will do, it will run this, go to the approval definition. यहां पर ये रहा, बिकॉज आंसर इज कमिंग फ्रॉम हेयर। और उसने बोला बिजनेस एप्लीकेशन रजिस्ट्रेशन अप्रूवल ग्रुप, ये भी चेंज हुआ है क्या कुछ? हाँ, पॉसिबली it can be also changed because I did lot of things on the community, so maybe I make a change. Okay, या कोई और कैब अप्रूवल ग्रुप, कैब अप्रूवल डेवऑप्स कैब, ठीक है, it will be the one only, ठीक है। So it will go here and pick it up from this part. In short, the point is that how this is getting triggered, how this group is getting triggered is mainly coming from my change approval policy. There's no other way I'm getting this. Number one part. Okay, that is the only thing where this need to be set up. Change approval policies. Change approval policies are quick and easy if you want to put more approvals. So up to you, you want to go for the 1 level approval, 2 level approval, 3 level approval, totally up to you. And then as per the change, it will move. So now if I approve this change, approve, the change will go into the schedule state. Or yaar, there's a total change. 6. Do you remember which chain number is this? 68. हाँ, देखो. Now this change is moved to the scheduled state. But how this is triggering? Is triggering from this particular, this one. And this has been defined, where it has been defined? कहाँ गया हमारा workflow? ये रहा. It has been defined in this particular workflow only. कहीं और नहीं है. ये defined, it defined here. But how it go? It will go and call the approval policies, and in the approval policies, it go and check about the conditions. ये वाला conditions. और if I go little back, ये वाले, ये one by one condition check करता है, and then it will trigger. अच्छा, yes, it can be also reason. It can be a reason, right? There was one person who raised this issue in the community that I want to be executed in the one go. So how it's working? So I changed my order, and that can be the one of the reason that approval is going past, because order is same, so it executes the first order and done. ठीक है, तो वो, so this is what the execution says here. ठीक है, same thing is available in the flow as well. So if I go and open a flow designer, here, and if I search for the same, let me search for the same flow. यहाँ पे है, and we go for the normal, right? अरे यार, ये देखो, ये normal assess, normal authorize. If you click on this normal assess, the only thing what they have done in the work, in the flow, they have divided this in the 3 different sections. कि अगर assess में है तो ये, क्योंकि it is a model level as well. If you put everything together, everything will be executed. Maybe I just want to use the implement flow. You can use it. I want to just use the assess flow. You can use it. So it will go, and you can see change approval policy. It's a use the normal change approval policy. Same thing it will do doing here as well. जाएगा, पिकअप करेगा चेंज रिक्वेस्ट के लिए, और वहां से फिर अपडेट लेके आएगा कि अप्रूव है या रिजेक्ट है. अपडेट चेंज रिकॉर्ड. It will go and it will check. But ultimately, this is the only key. where it will go and check everything and then it will work in a manner for me. This is what is the change approval policies here. Okay, we always specify that it should run with the all decision that matches. ये तभी run करे जब सारे conditions match होने चाहिए. It's not like only one condition get match. ठीक है, there is an important point. And on the approval definition, it's up to us. We can define first response. We can say all responses means everybody in this group need to be approved, or we can say percentage like 63. Now you will say, Atul, total 5 people हैं, 63 कितने हुए? 33 के आसपास होंगे. तो 33 तो लोग होते ही नहीं. In this case it will take 34. So it means 34 means अगर 5 लोग हैं तो उसका 60% कितना होगा? 4 people minimum need to be approved this particular change, only then it will go to the next level. Okay. Plus what I was saying, yep, we can add any group only. Now, what is the purpose of this approval user? There are few cases in our industry when we need approval from a specific person only. Let's say I'm deploying a change that is going to be impact something legalities of my company, and I want the head of legal department approval. So I can define a user here. It should go, always should go to Ellen Mortran, or it should go to someone else in that case. So we can define this as well. Or if you want to do auto approve, बस इसका नाम दिखाओ और approve कर दो. There are sometimes it cases happen. Now, if you want to buy a product of 100 rupees, you just tell to your mom, hey mom, I bought this, and consider that it has been approved. So this thing can be set up the things here. For the sake, you can put the name, but if you want actual approvals, then better use this particular options like this. कि कितने को वेट करना ही पड़ेगा मुझे. क्लियर है मैं यहां तक? Yes, Emma. Okay.
Yes, Atul. I just wanted to ask you about those.
Sure.
The errors, those were on the client UI, or like was it in the back?
It's moving to the schedule set, right?
So it's not published, like it's not saved.
Right. It's not at the client side. It's something wrong with my flow only, or the workflow.
Okay.
You can do one thing, that in your PDI raise a change, okay, and reject it at the first point only. When you go for the assess state now, reject it, and then again fill the details, same changes, update one dot and request approval. See what is be happening.
Okay.
Logically it should go to the assess state again, but in my one, and also I say that I literally faced this issue earlier as well. It is in some users it's skipping, sometimes it's going properly fine. Not sure that why it will be happening, how it is be happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
practically it should be happen. A change can get rejected only 2 places, either new state, either assess state or either authorized state. In any of the case, if it get rejected, change will go back to the new state always. Or if you think no, I don't want to deploy this change now, you as a change manager can bring it back to the normal as well. I think there's an option called revert to new. Not here, revert to new. Okay, there's a UI action called revert to new. Let's say if this change has been approved, right? Now I can see. Maybe it has been hide or required some specific rule. So there's an option called revert to new. अब schedule हो गया, मान लीजिए you're flying again after 2 weeks. ठीक है, it has been scheduled, your packing has been done, tickets has been booked, hotel has been booked, everything has been done. But due to some reason you want to go back. No, I don't. We are not flying now. My plan has been postponed. Now, in this case, we have to be update our change record as well. Okay, and one more important point is that once a change is fully approved, you cannot change the plan start date or end date. In this case, it is read only, but practical scenarios, if you go in the client side's instances, you will see that these fields are read only. These are the best practices, that nobody is allowed to make a change in the schedule dates once the change has been fully approved. You said your husband, okay, next month 10th we are flying, and after your approval you start doing packing, everything has been done. After 2 days he come and say no, we are going not on the 10th, we are going on the 12th. Hey, you did not ask me. I have to be again check all my schedule, everything. It means you have to be go back to the same order again. So change is something like your practical life only. That is when it is said that if anybody want to make any changes, once it has been approved, you have to revert to the new state and then make a change, because the person who already approved, they also know that what change has been done. That is another reason it is complicated process, because once a change get rejected, it means everybody need to be approved the change again. There are a lot of time people ask the question the committee, hey, I want to bypass it, but it's not a best practice. You book the plan for the 10th, your husband come and say it's the 12th, or he didn't tell you on the that it's the 12th. On the 9th night, he said no, it's on the 12th. Will you be happy? No. Why you change the dates? Did you tell me? All the things will be there. So this is what is the thing. So today we discuss about the this thing workflow, and on the parallel manner, if I take you on the flow as well. कहाँ गए हमारे flow? ये. ServiceNow provide me 7 to 8 flows out of the box. Let me copy this. Change hyphen apply. देखो. These many change flow has been provided by ServiceNow. इसमें हाँ ये है ना, वही मैं देख रहा था. अरे इसमें स्क्रॉलिंग नहीं है यार, कमाल होगी. ठीक है, this thing. Now if you notice this, let me say it's a scheduled state. कहाँ गया हमारा चेंज? ये रहा. ठीक है, it is in the scheduled state. ठीक है, let's I click on the implement. Let's say date has been come and we are flying now. Implement means when the actual implementation has been started for this change. And when the actual implementation started, you will see the change task has been generated. ये देखो, अब भाई बुकिंग तो आपने कर लिया, but you will take the flight only on the day when the flight has been for the day the flight has been booked. So how these tasks are getting generated? We are in the workflow, so let's come back here. देखो ये रहा, अप्रूव हो गया, सब हो गया, यस. अप्रूव, मूव टू शेड्यूल, मूव टू इंप्लीमेंट, ब्रांच कर दिया. अगर कुछ और कोई आसपास चेंजेस सब करके 2 टास्क रेस कर दो. चेंज रिक्वेस्ट, नॉर्मल चेंज टास्क. इट मींस, सॉरी नॉट टू रिव्यू, ये वाला, ये देखो, ये यहां पर 2 टास्क जनरेट होते हैं. Every change has these 2 tasks out of the box. One is called implementation task and one is called the post implementation testing task. Okay, and there are some business will run in the background which generate these tasks as well. Okay, in the workflow it is a little tough, but I'll show in the flow it is easy to be understand. देखो यहाँ पर, ठीक है, normal change, implement, Authorize अब implement में है, so this flow will be triggering. Why this flow trigger? It match this condition. Model is normal, state is implement. Do parallel. Create change task created from the flow. एक फ्लो रन किया इन्होंने जहां पर इन्होंने 2 टास्क बनाए मेरे, ठीक, चेंज क्रिएट चेंज टास्क फ्रॉम फ्लो, और कहां पर बनाए, इट सेज जो मेरे डेटा पे लेना चेंज वाला उस पे ट्रिगर ऑन द टास्क. ये भी आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स सर्विस नाउ ने दिया हुआ है, नथिंग टू बी वरी ऑन दैट, बट यू हैव टू जस्ट यूज दिस. Sorry, it's not it's a cancel change task. No. We need to be go this one, implementation task. My bad. यहाँ पर. So task will get created and then it will added into the change. यहाँ पर इसको करते हैं अपन triggered ये दो टास्क coming from the flow only. The benefit of the flow, the biggest benefit of the flow is that now ServiceNow divided these state-wise updates in a separate manner. Assess में आपको सिर्फ एक काम करना है, आप ये कर लो. Authorize me, you have to do this thing, you can do this thing. And then implementation, you have to do this thing, you can do this thing. And everything has been defined in this workflow or the flow level. यहाँ पर change implementation change task. ये तो cancel का हो गया. If you are moving from new to or going next, you're bypassing the implement state, then you can cancel the task. And then this thing happen. Okay. This is very important from the interview perspective as well, and from the basic understanding perspective as well. That only and only out of the box these two tasks get generated for any type of change. When I say any type means normal, standard, and emergency. Maybe in your model you don't want a task. Maybe in my model also. If I show you one more model here, unauthorized. See, if you go to the unauthorized, यहाँ पे शायद टास्क नहीं क्रिएट होता, ये एक ही टास्क क्रिएट होता, दैट इज कॉल्ड द PIR. अप्रूवल डन, इवेल्युएट नहीं, डिस्कार्ड ये भी नहीं है. लेट मी शो यू रिव्यू. हाँ देखो यहाँ पर सिर्फ एक टास्क जनरेट होता है बिकॉज इट इज अ मॉडल. दिस इज अनदर बेनिफिट दैट यू कैन यूज द मॉडल. So it says post implementation review task. क्योंकि मुझे दो टास्क चाहिए, मुझे सिर्फ एक ही टास्क चाहिए. So I can use only one task created from the flow and review. Flow से ही वो टास्क को क्रिएट करेगा. Task type is this. Let's say, do we have anything on the task as well? If it is saying this flow, एक तो इसमें स्क्रॉलिंग नहीं है, ये बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. अब 100 है, 8 ही हैं. DevOps created. इसमें तो कुछ नहीं. Otherwise we have a change task as well which get created from the flow because it's saying that I'm using the flow. अगर देखो यहाँ पे ना created from the flow only कि यहीं से ही सब कुछ बनाना है आपको. तो this is what the benefit of having the flow in the picture. So out of the box, ServiceNow provides us a lot of flows, and for every type of change you can do. The only thing is that when a flow will attach when the trigger condition will met here. So you can see ये जब trigger condition met हो जाएगी तभी only in that case this will run, otherwise it will not run. उसने बोला चेंज मॉडल्स नॉर्मल स्टेट असेस में है और ऑन होल्ड नहीं है तो ही ये फ्लो रन होगा. दिस इज व्हाट द बेनिफिट ऑफ दिस. दिस क्वेश्चन आल्सो गेट a lot of time asked in the community that how I know that a flow is triggering or the workflow is triggering on the change. If you're raising a change from the model, it will be flow. If you are raising a change with the native view, like we have seen via the introspector, then it will be always a workflow. That is a major difference between these two. And now companies are moving from the workflow to the flow as well. So what's your homework for today? You have to go and check this flow, like open and see this. At least read about this. Normal change, standard, authorize, review, implement, so that you know that what are these particular stuffs are there. So if you go in the authorize, we will see that cab has been called here and it will refer to the approval policy. See, change approval policy, same वहीं जाएगा, लेकिन label name risk and go to the approval policies. अप्रूव हो गया तो ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर छोड़ दो. छोड़ दो मींस अगर अप्रूव है इट्स गुड, अगर रिजेक्टेड है तो टेक इट टू द बैक एंड on the new state again. This is what about the change flow. If you want, you can make any changes as well. So let's say if I come here, this is my demo flow. Even though we done this flow part, but I can show a little bit more here. Okay. Okay, edit flow, and I want to be add something on the action level, that if a change is doing this, so click here, click action, and search here for the ITSM, because change come in the ITSM. ये देखो यहाँ पे. Now everything is given here. Apply change approval policies, cancel change task created, cancel change approval, check change successful score, create change task on the change, emergency, means everything which you want to do is given by ServiceNow out of the box to us. Evaluate change model, disregard the change, create standard change request, everything. You have to be just use it. In the workflow, we have to be write the code for everything. But here you can do anything which you can do it. Okay. Each flow, मतलब अगर आप फ्लो डिजाइन में काम करें, each flow minimum required 3 things. एक इनपुट होगा, that is your trigger point. Minimum 1 action should be there, कि करना क्या है, और एक आउटपुट होगा कि किस पे करना है. अगर तीनों चीजों में से एक चीज मिसिंग है तो मेरा फ्लो काम नहीं करेगा. इनपुट इज माय ट्रिगर पॉइंट, एक्शन इज व्हाट टू डू, टास्क क्रिएट करना है, अप्रूवल जनरेट करना है, कैंसिल करना है, अपडेट करना है, क्या करना है, एंड देन आउटपुट इज किस डेटा वेरिएबल पर काम करना है, ये डेटा पिल पे, किस डेटा पिल पे काम करना है मुझे. तो सो लाइक इफ आई से क्रिएट स्टैंडर्ड चेंज रिक्वेस्ट फ्रॉम इंसिडेंट, मुझे स्टैंडर्ड चेंज से इंसिडेंट क्रिएट करना है with the flow, and this is the practical scenarios. Okay, so I can put the incident table. कौन सा इंसिडेंट क्रिएट करना है, ये वाला इंसिडेंट. नहीं, मुझे ऐसे नहीं करना. आई वांट टू बी गो, यहाँ पर तो कोई है नहीं कि कौन सा इंसिडेंट मैच करना है या मैप करना है. सो यू कैन डू इट लाइक दिस, create update or something. I want to be create a standard change request from an incident. From an incident I'm saying, एक इंसिडेंट से रिक्वेस्ट टास्क जनरेट सॉरी करना है. सो फॉर द टेस्टिंग पर्पस लेट्स से आई एम डूइंग दिस थिंग कि इस इंसिडेंट से एक स्टैंडर्ड चेंज जनरेट कर दो. और कौन सा टेम्पलेट यूज करने के, बिकॉज वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस द स्टैंडर्ड चेंज एज वेल. सो आई से यूज दिस पर्टिकुलर टेम्पलेट. ठीक है, दिस थिंग विल डिस्कस टुमारो, स्टैंडर्ड चेंज वाला पार्ट जो है ना, क्योंकि ये कैसे है, प्रपोजल टेम्पलेट्स क्या है, विल डिस्कस इट टुमारो. बट द ओनली थिंग इज दैट अ वर्कफ्लो प्रोवाइड यू all these options to do your part easily. Everything is available in the action, everything is available. You just what you need, you can do it, you can see it. Clear what that is the reason the power of this flows are very much high. But and this is called the process automation. If you see here and check flow designer, see it is under the process automation because it automates your process completely. As much as you want, You can automate it. Doubt, question, clarification. Yes, Emma.
Uh-oh.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
No, this is little heavy actually. I know. Change is very heavy,
Yeah.
right?
I'll have to go over. Yeah.
Right. So now if I come here, what we have done, we have discussed maintenance window, we have discussed this part, we have discussed this part, we have discussed today this, we have discussed change states, we have discussed risk,
Risk.
affected, impacted, done. Change task, yes, we discussed just now. And now two things has been left. Sorry, cab, e-cab, we just discussed that. Okay, e-cab is mainly for the emergency one. I'll discuss in the cab workbench. So now tomorrow we will do this.
Mhm.
Plus we have to be go for this. कहाँ गया standard changes कहाँ गए इसमें लिखा नहीं गया. Okay, standard changes we will do it. Mainly two things are pending. Rest, this thing has been done. Change task type. ठीक है. We'll pick up it again. Little bit small topic is there. ठीक है.
What standard changes? Is it
Oh
different from
yes.
uh,
Standard changes means
change?
those
Yeah.
changes which are pre-approved
I
and
see.
don't
Which?
require
Okay.
any kind of approval. Let's say you want to go to the market. Will you take the approval from your husband every time?
No.
No. Like if you want to buy a grocery, definitely no.
You have to go out.
And maybe
Yeah.
you can say, "Atul, I'm a wife, so wives never take the approvals." Okay, should be the vice versa. Okay, so you never take approval until
Yes.
unless you want to buy something heavy and something expensive, right? To get a
Right.
grocery, to take the kid to the park or the garden, you didn't don't take approval because these are the low risk changes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Don't.
low risk changes can be deployed any point of time. अब ये तो है नहीं कि you need to go to market only in the morning itself. You can get in the morning maybe after coming from office.
Yeah.
Okay, let's you talk to you say your kid and okay, let's go to the market and bring these things. So you just raise a change and deploy it. But to raise this change, the process is a little different. Okay,
Yeah.
if you want to go to market to buy something from another city, then you may need to be take approval. You may need to plan in advance. But if you want to buy something with the near to the grocery shop, you have a standard templates. यहाँ से जाओ राइट साइड लो लेफ्ट साइड लो आगे शॉप है वहां जाके सामान ले लो. So that is that you're using a template format, which is different than this part. So to raise a standard change, we need to be create a template first, and then we raise the standard change. And the template need to be approved by someone. जब बच्चे छोटे होते हैं तो we said okay, now you are little young, go and get a things from the market. So at least 2, 3, 4 times we go with them to be see that how they'll be going. Are they crossing the road properly? Are they giving the money properly? Are they getting the money properly? And once you see that yes, they are mature now, then you just say, okay, can you go and get something for me outside market? They will go and bring it for you. This is what the standard changes. So we will discuss that how the proposal can be created and then how the standard changes can be implemented in that part. And standard change don't require any approval. So no assess, no authorize. From new to directly we will go to the this part. What I can say, schedule state. Give me a minute.
Yep.
Sometimes I do power saving as well. I did not intentionally switch on the charging in the beginning. I
I
felt
see.
it drained completely.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what the standard changes are here. Okay, so mainly two major topics are left now from our perspective. One is the standard changes and second is the cab workbench. Possibly tomorrow, otherwise by Monday we will over this topic. ठीक है?
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.